Hello, here we are, outside.
Oh no, he got kidnapped. What's gonna happen to him?
This episode was great. First of all, they had ponies in it, and that automatically makes it a pony episode. For the important part though, there's Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, both of which are cool because they do stuff that's not what they usually do. They're being like the bitches at the beginning, but it doesn't last very long. It goes, it stays for like 5 minutes and then, oh, they're all fangirling. That's great. I like it. This is how I usually walk through the park. Whoa. It's a nice day. The best thing about this episode is that it's a good episode. Because if it was a bad episode, yuck, you know? But it's a good one. And this episode was a great episode because the Diamond Tiara was cool because she wasn't a piece of shit. And a Silver Spoon's okay too. I've got to choose left or right. I guess I go in this way. I'm going the way of the way. I don't know where to go. I'm gonna get lost holding a camera out high above my head like an idiot. At least there's nobody around to see. There's nobody around to see. Why do I care? What if they see some weird fucking hairy bitch just strolling through the park like an idiot, talking about stuff like the other ponies were fucking zombies. That was interesting. You know, pony villains, they're stupid, aren't they? They get all crazy about stupid things. The kids, they're like, Diamond Tiara's very easily manipulating them, saying, hey, I'm popular, you should like me. And they're like, oh, I guess we should. And then she's like, oh, Twilight's a cool princess. And then they're like, yeah, whoa. They must have seen her around town. Well, you know, they're like sheep. They're like sheep. They're more like sheep than the sheep. There's sheep in the show. The sheep are normal people. The sheep are like, fuck you. Bitch, why'd you put us in this cage? And Applejack's like, well, we gotta start the harvest. And they're like, oh, fuck you, you're not taking my wool. And AJ's like, oh, wool, yeah. I'm also gonna kill you. And because, you know, the burger joint apparently is a thing. And all the blood with the burgers, it's blood, you see. There's no such thing as ketchup because they didn't invent it yet. Look, I got proof, look. You see the sheep? Those sheep, they're more human. They are more human than the ponies. You see him? There we go, there's that clip. I put it in there. I'm telling myself to edit, you know, because what else would I do in this video? Look, I'm even putting my head off to the side so I can put a picture of a whatever the fuck it is in the fucking side of the picture. I can put my arm out further and I'll probably drop the camera. And now, am I gonna cut this out? You'll find out. You'll find out with your fucking... Now, another thing about this episode. Diamond Tiara's great. Silver Spoon is great. They show their fangirl mode. It's like they have actual... I mean, I know it's sort of... She only wants to be friends or be with Twilight because she's popular princess. But why does she want that? What is it about popularity and being with popular people that makes it so, you know, she really wants it. She really wants to... Walking and talking is hard for a loser like me. I'm going for a walk. This is my exercise for the year. I'm not going to do this again. Fuck. But yeah, got me thinking. Diamond Tiara's dad, rich businessman guy, he's like, I don't know what he's like. And then she wants to be like him because he's a dad, you know. What am I doing? And then she wants to be like him, so she wants to be like Does she want to impress him? Is that the thing? Is she like, Daddy doesn't love me because I'm not popular, because he only talks to the really rich popular people who are important. I've got to be important. I should be friends with the princess, and every opportunity she gets she's trying to be popular. And since she's a kid, she doesn't really understand that the only reason he goes with those people because they're important because it's a business, and she just probably just wants to be popular because of that, which is, I find her interesting. I like her character. Here's another crossroads look. Where do I go? I don't know. Look at the amount of stuff there is. There's all this. I mean, fuck. Is this gonna be my video? I might not. I guess I just wanted to do this because I can't be bothered to do the fucking editing with the text, and I'm probably gonna do a bit of that anyway. But fucking, it's hard work sometimes putting all that editing in. Especially since most of the time just looks okay, it doesn't look great, you know. And also I gotta try new things, I gotta try different things, I gotta try being, you know, you can't just stick with the formula because it might not be the best formula. You gotta keep trying things, you gotta experiment, I'll do a review in a style of someone else. You know, I have a white wall. I could do a Nostalgia Critic style review of Equestria Girls 2 when that comes out. That could be interesting. Or it could be terrible. I could be awful at it, but I'm going to try it. So hold me to that, because I want to try that. Even if it sucks, I'll buy a tie. And I won't have a hat, though. I don't have a hat. If I were to get a hat, it would be a bowler hat. I'm not talking about the episode anymore. The episode. What happened? Twilight can't eat. She very cute, like that. What else was there? People finding Twilight to be a princess, even though they're kids and they should already probably know. I mean, you know, if like the librarian of the town becomes a princess, becomes royalty, I'm pretty sure Cheerilee would say, "Hey everybody, did you hear? I'm here to teach you about stuff. Let's teach you about something amazing that's happening." And all the kids are like, "Yay!" But that apparently didn't happen because they didn't really know until Diamond Tiara. Diamond Tiara would make a good leader. She leads those sheep ponies like butter, you know? Like a knife leads butter onto the bread. That's multiple analogies for you. Neither of which make any sense. Diamond Tiara. Silver Spoon feels a bit more like a follower, you know? She doesn't feel like she's, you know, she's like the secretary. And Diamond Tiara would be the mayor. That's what I want to see. I want to see Diamond Tiara be the mayor, be popular, be powerful. Because a lot of people say, oh, Diamond Tiara should be redeemed. She should become a good character. And I don't think she should necessarily become a good character. I think she should stay sort of the same, because when you're fucked up like that as a kid, you're probably going to stay like that. Even a bit. It's not Dragon Ball Z, they're not going to change. They're going to be a evil villain and then be like, oh, I guess I'll be your friend, Goku. You know, like with everyone. She should stay. Like, she should get what she wants. That would be an interesting thing. Like, an evil person. Evil. A power-hungry filly growing up to be a powerful pony. But once she gets there, is she going to regret it? Is she going to think, oh, I don't have any friends? Maybe it's not as good as I thought. Maybe, you know, when her dad dies, it's sad. She's all alone. Silver Spoon has gone doing other things, and she just doesn't have any friends, and then she sort of regrets it. It's sort of like a tragic thing, but it would never happen unless there's 5 years left of this. They might, like on the 4th season 7 or something, they'd just, you know, change it up and make it like the CMC are now adults and the main 6 are older and they're doing other things that they've sort of drifted apart, and it'll all be weird. But that would be cool. But would it be a possible? Don't know. Don't care. I do care very much. There's not much to say about this episode. It was simple. It was fun simple. It was sort of, I think that's one of the things. It's a slice of life episode. There's not much to say about it, but it was very good at what it did. I keep going down. When I go down, you know, the sun, it changes. The exposure is what I'm trying to say. Exposure is bad when I look at the sky. what they're doing with the magic, Sweetie Belle can use magic now, and Scootaloo can make scooters, you know. I like the fact that it's different from what we saw them be good at before. Like, Scootaloo is good at riding scooters, Sweetie Belle is good at singing, you know. Apple Bloom is good at building things, but now we can see that it's not their only talent, you know. They have talents in other things, they just need to learn them, you know. It's not their obvious thing that they're always good at. Yeah, we've seen that CMC, they're being sort of always, you know, we assumed that when they get their cutie mark it's going to be in scooting, singing, and construction of some kind. But now we can see that Apple Bloom might get a cutie mark in, you know, special potions. I don't know whether Sweetie Belle would get a cutie mark in magic. That's kind of, she's just learning how to be a unicorn. Scootaloo, learning how to maintain her scooter, or a scooter, or just being a mechanic. That makes sense because, you know, if she's a mechanic, what if someday she gets really good at it, becomes an engineer, builds a machine that lets her fly, you know? Fucking amazing if that happened, you know. She gets her cutie mark and the way she gets her cutie mark, she builds a flying machine. Have you ever seen Avatar, The Last Airbender? You know that episode where they're flying? The disabled people are flying around, or the disabled kid and their family, clan. They're flying around the air temple. That's the sort of thing Scootaloo would be good at if she became, if her cutie mark was to be like an engineer. Apple Bloom, another interesting thing, since it was growing magic, you know, what if she got a cutie mark and she was all about growing the farm better, you know, being able to grow, because most farm ponies, probably they're going to get good at construction, you know, maintaining the farm. Apple Bloom's probably going to be okay at it, but a cutie mark could be to create like potions that would help the farm grow a lot, you know, make the trees grow, make double zap apple something, you know. She could be like the one that makes the apple family super amazing, not necessarily super rich, but, you know, just like really good apples. I'm going uphill right now, it's hard, it's an incline for sure. But yeah, that could be their talents. Sweetie Belle probably still going to be singing, but it could be broom lifting. Fucking hills, they go up, but they don't go. They do go down. What am I saying? Fuck this. I'm going down the hill. It's much nicer. The Cutie Mark Crusaders. I like the fact that they did that with them, at least the two of them, Scootaloo and Apple Bloom, because it sort of, it gives us like a reason to believe that that wasn't going to be their special talent all the time, and they can just learn something new, and they can find their special talent. I like the fact that this is like, they're still trying to find their special talent. You know, you presume they're doing it because they want to learn things. And Twilight is actually being a good teacher, which is sort of playing into the idea that she'll be, you know, Princess Celestia 2.0. She'll take over eventually and be giving getting students of her own. And the CMC could be the start of that. Shut up, bird. Birds tweeting. Fuck you, fucking sparrow bitch. Yes, assholes, all of them. I hate birdsong. Fuck you. Yeah, it's just she's getting better at being a teacher, showing that you can teach people certain things and they will get good at it. By the way, that bit at the end, I'm going to put a clip on it. I'm just going to talk over it. That bit where they just do the things that they've said, oh, I guess I'll never be good at lifting things, said Sweetie Belle as she lifts the thing. Oh, I guess I'll never finish being able to make a scooter as Scootaloo scoots the scooter. And then, oh, I guess I'll never grow anything as says Apple Bloom as she grows things. And then Twilight looks at the camera like, are you seeing this shit? They just did it. They just did it. They're so fucking dumb. No wonder they haven't figured out what their real talent is. They've got no clue. I guess half the reason I'm doing this is because TBAP, or TBAP, is they're doing the thing where they just presumably just talk about it without scripting it so much. They just have notes and they talk about it amongst themselves. They got a fucking great job. You know? I'm looking at, you know, I've seen them. I mean, I like them, but they're fucking doing better than me. They got like 10,000, 20,000 views on each video, and I've got like 5,000 to 10,000 on most of mine. And they're like, we're great at drawing, we're great at editing, we're great at speaking, everybody loves us, so bap. And I'm like sitting there, I shouldn't be angry, I shouldn't be jealous, because they're doing well and I like them, they like me, but I can't help it. Sometimes you just got to admit to yourself that you're a jealous cunt. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing it right now. I'm saying, fuck you. Why'd you have to be so good and make me look so bad? But then I realize, who cares? I don't look bad. It's not a competition. Most things aren't competitions, but I gotta admit, I'm a jealous cunt. And you have the right to be angry at me. Fucking wind! T-Bap, I love you. But you're too good. You're too good. You're just pissing me off. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm sure you won't, because you're clever. You understand that sort of humor. I think it's true. I think I've been corrupted by Jesse. I think he's changed my view on life. I hate everyone now. I hated people before, but now I hate everyone, and I'm gonna tell them about it. Fuck you, T-Bap. I love you. Fuck you. Birds, fuck you! Fuck you as well, birds. I don't care if you're trying to get berries. Look at that guy. Look at that asshole. Can you see him? Did you see him? Piece of shit. Gay ass bird with a fucking feathers everywhere. Not that I hate all birds. Cloud, you're cool. Because you can speak words about books. And you know, what should I call you? Cloud, Cuckoo Country, or Cook? Sounds like you're cool. I'm insane. I've got insane. Walking has drained my brain of all the blood. It's gone. Oh, it's gone to my legs, and now I'm like I can't think. Like there's any difference from normal. This has been fun though. We're talking about the episode a bit. This is like a one-guy podcast out in the open, where people can run by and like, ugh, what's that guy doing? Is he filming himself? What is he, gay? Oh, one thing I loved. How did it take me this long to talk about this? The CMC were actually really cool people, just generally, because the reason they brought Diamond Tiara along in the first place was to make her into a better person. They know that Diamond Tiara only wants to be with Twilight so that she can be popular, and they thought they would be able to force her to learn something in her life. You know, how many people would you say would be able to put up with someone like that in order to try and help them become a better person? That's cool. How many people do that? No one does that. I wouldn't do that if there was a fucking asshole I didn't like. I wouldn't try and make him a better person. I would just stay away from him. But they try and make her like a cool person. That's good. How can you not like that? I mean, it doesn't work, or does it? You know, she's happy the whole time. That's another thing. She's not a bully. I think I've already said this. I'm glad you watched this whole video. If I put it on Patreon, please don't be mad. Just be annoyed. Because I'll probably not do another one like this, because for one thing, it's cold. For another thing, it's awkward, and it's not very good in terms of being a review. It's just a one-person podcast. Why is it called a podcast? Nobody gets in a pod. There's no peas involved, and they don't cast the pods like fling them. They don't fling the pods. I don't understand what it's like. This is a casting. They cast a rope, cast a fishing line. What are they casting? They're not casting actors, because that would involve people saying, "All right, now show us what you got." And you say, "Oh, Romeo, what the fuck?" And then they say, "Oh, great, you're in." You know, that's casting an actor. Casting a fishing line. What is a podcast? What does it mean? Why is it called that? You don't call a radio a podcast, you say it's on the radio. Is that what they've always called it, a podcast? Basically, I like this episode, mostly because Diamond Tiara wasn't a bitch. She was actually excited about something. It was a good change. CMC were great. Twilight was cute. The rest of the kids were zombies, although that was deliberate. They were supposed to be because, you know, pony villains are idiots. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was funny, if not entertaining. What's the difference? I hope you had a good however long this video has taken. And here comes a car. Alright, I've clearly run out of things to say. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Great Britain. We have twigs. Feast your eyes. Feast your ass. Feast your ass on twigs. That's how it is. Shove them up there. Ooh, blimey. Nice twigs. 10 out of 10.